Alright, welcome back to my marathon. We are now at day 26. It's 5 days away from my favorite holiday of the year. Yes, better than Christmas. So today I will be talking about 8 Eyes on the NES. This Castlevania type game was developed by Thinking Rabbit and published by Taxon here in the North American market. It is set in the future and your character is named Orin, who sets out to retrieve 8 jewels that go by the name 8 Eyes and must be returned to the Altar of Peace to help rebuild the Earth using their power. This game is pretty cool. It takes the Castlevania formula and brings to the table a few new things. First, you can select what stage you want to start in, but there is a catch to that, however. If you don't play them in the specific order that is required by the game, you will die, and you will die often. Now, the second new gameplay it brings to the table is the ability to use your bird, who is named Kutris, as a weapon and for assistance. You can have him attack enemies, and you can use him to reach levers or switches too far from you. Another cool feature is the ability to have a second player take control of Kutris, so technically the game is a co-op game. Unfortunately, I am playing it alone here, which is not easy. Another difference from the Castlevania games is that you have to use switches and levers to open doors. Now, these doors are used to take you to other parts of the level. And finally, some levels require you to jump into pits to access parts of the level. On the African and Germany levels, for example, you have to traverse it in a specific way or you will loop endlessly, like I ended up doing here in the African castle. That got annoying real fast. Now, this game can be tough. Make no mistakes about that. Your character moves a bit slow, and his sword attack range is very, very limited, meaning you will have to engage your enemy at close range. This is going to cost you health, since you will take a few hits. I found this part of the gameplay a bit annoying and frustrating. Luckily, you get sub-weapons that can be used as projectiles, like the knife here. You acquire refill points to use sub-weapons by collecting crosses. Now, you are going to come across a couple of enemies that can't be hurt by your weapon and will require that you use Kutris to swoop down at them and defeat them. Going back to the order of play that I mentioned earlier, this is where I feel it becomes a huge problem for me. You can reach the boss of any level that you like, but they can only be defeated by a specific sword, otherwise you can't finish him off. You ask me, that can be a waste of time. You can waste your time getting to a boss only to find out you can't defeat him? I'm sorry, I find that problematic and not innovative to me. If the levels can only be completed in a certain way, why not just number them or just make them linear? Because in the end, that's exactly what it is. Linear gameplay. Getting to pick your level at that point is moot and useless. Luckily, there's a password system in place that's not that bad. Or you can power your way through on one gameplay by just hitting continue. Now, this game here has a lot of cool features that make it look interesting, but to me, it still don't take it into the realm of classic. The gameplay is a bit lethargic, and the level layouts, they can be confusing to the point of annoying. It's not a bad game. I'm not saying it's a bad game. It just requires patience and plenty of internet fact feedback in order to complete. At least it does for me. I did not get far in this game, and most likely, I'm not going to be playing it again. But maybe someone out there will enjoy it more. So there you have it. That's 8 Eyes for the NES. It's a very interesting take on an adventure platform game. Join me here tomorrow for day 27 and a look at a game that checkmarks all the Halloween boxes. Until tomorrow, feel free to play the Ouija board online.